Is Maurice slacking off with Kimmi?
All right, welcome back. We're talking about love and marriage.
Huntsville.
Our favorite show to watch on TV. We'll pick up some other ones, by the way. Maybe some of this other one, Ready to Love. I'll put a ring on it. Some of this other show. We'll see if we have room for that. We have bandwidth for that. But love and marriage, Huntsville. That's very important. Is this 3 couples in Alabama?
Or more.
Or more. And since they're in the 3rd season,
Right.
1 couple's already divorced. They were supposed to come on TV for real estate, but reality TV show producers eat off of your story and the absolute destruction of your story. So if you want to get on reality TV show, those are things you may want to
think twice.
Consider, know. But this is a real life story going on here. Maurice and Kimmi also, good couple. You know, Maurice is a second marriage.
Yep.
Also second marriage, actually, I think, for Kimmi.
No.
Or she was just a single mother.
She was a single mom.
She was a single
It's
mom.
her first marriage.
Right. She has a 21, 22-year-old son. Maurice also has a 14-year-old teenage son.
Teenager,
right?
yeah.
So their co-parenting is a blended family. He has an ex-wife with a husband in
That's
the picture.
pretty close to.
Right. Pretty close. So let me play this video and then we'll address the rest of the issue.
You kind of know where my heart's at, right?
I'm not speaking for you, ever, no.
You don't have to speak for me.
I won't.
You can just talk about
I'm not going to. Maurice already acts a lot as far as my parenting in this situation with his son.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Maurice will tell you that his priorities are square and that is family over work. He needs to kind of work this out. He needs to see this. Maybe when he sees this, he'll see this. I guess we just need to reschedule.
You think?
Absolutely.
So you're not gonna meet?
The whole conversation, you just said, I'm so glad Zabe can be here. And so now you're gonna be the one not here.
Not
when
if
the
they
whole
get-
goal is all 4 of us.
If they get here shortly, then it won't be. Well, time is a ticking. I got 7 minutes. I have to make this meeting. We can't push it back.
So you're just gonna leave me? Maurice leaves me to deal with Kyle and Zabe while he runs off to a meeting. Welcome to my world. It's typical Maurice.
Oh wow. It's typical Maurice.
Yep.
Is that one of those exaggerations I talked about?
It could be, but that's how
But
she
it's real.
feels.
Yeah, that's how it feels. Yeah,
Yes, that's how she
That's
feels.
how it feels. And I think, it's important that I emphasize that for the gentleman. If it sounds like she's exaggerating, she's not trying to lie. That's not what she's trying to do. She's expressing in the way a typical woman will express that I feel, which can be distance truth from the actual truth, that this is happening all the time.
Right.
And because you're subscribing to a marriage with this beautiful woman of yours, you should listen into the emotions and that feelings as opposed to focusing on the facts of the matter. Because if you do that, you're competing, then you will naturally get in your own emotions. Because now you're feeling attacked. You're getting your own feminine, and you can have 2 feminines operating at the same time. That's chaos. So that's the attraction part of this whole thing right there. But in this case, what do you think? Is he slacking off because they were so good? They seemed like they were doing well.
He is slacking off.
Slacking off?
He shouldn't have left her to have that meeting alone with his ex-wife.
With his own ex-wife.
Yes, knowing the type of relationship they had. They're just barely getting along. If you know you have a meeting that is important, you can reschedule with your
Are you sure?
ex-wife and the husband.
See, I was like, this is the thing with us men. Not men, some of us. I like to give benefit of doubt. There's a lot that we don't see with that scene. We don't know how important. We don't know if that was a $2 million
That's
business.
what I said. it's okay to reschedule, not the business meeting. Reschedule the
The
dinner.
meeting with Kiowa, right?
Yes.
That because they were actually late. If they are late, they can wait
like,
for them.
Can we do this in another
Right.
2 hours? I have an emergency.
So-
instead of leaving your wife, she doesn't feel safe enough to have that conversation.
Right.
You left her alone by herself.
All right, so I'll also give another one.
Yeah.
What if it's the producers that say, "Oh, we gotta go film this other situation. We want to film this right now. Can you please wait?" What? There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes like that.
Well, it's up to them to make a decision. Is that money worth the drama? You can't make a decision
now
and
she's
say,
saying-
no, me and my wife would not want to do that right now.
Because now she's saying he will see the confessional later.
Yeah.
Why does he have to wait to see the confessional? The confessional talk, right?
The video, yeah.
The video before he
He
can
gets
know
it.
what's going on with you. I know what I said about
It sounds like, oh, she's had that discussion with him
before and it's not working.
and he's not hearing her. And like, well,
All right,
we'll see
all
it
right.
when he sees it.
I always like to assume best case scenario. The best case scenario is for her is that she's been saying it and it's not listening. Okay. The best case scenario for him is that not really. The best case scenario for him is also for her. Ultimately, he needs to be listening. He needs to make sure she feels heard. That's the really key thing here. So I do think it's slacking off, but it's also important that I put it here that we all slack off sometimes. Even women, it's called complacency.
I understand that. But
There's
if
no but.
you leave
You're
me,
about to give me a but.
if you leave me with someone that I don't feel safe around,
No, no, that particular moment is absolutely not good enough,
Come on.
right?
Yeah,
So
you
I get
didn't-
that.
you didn't
I
do
get
good
that.
at
That move is wrong on both of their parts. She should have shut down the
because
filming.
the ex-wife and Kimmi,
But she's also
they're
as
barely
responsible.
getting along.
She could also be
She
as
could have
responsible. She should have been like, no, we're not filming. If I'm gonna be here, that looks stupid. And No, we're not filming. She could have done that, but she chose to stay there. Maybe she's also trying
Maybe it
to
was
protect the
awkward
bag.
for her.
No, it's awkward. It's more awkward for her for us to be watching that. Right? Maybe she was just trying to. Maybe she's obligated from a contractual standpoint that somebody had to stay.
Okay.
You know, it could be that. But ultimately, I think it's important to point out beyond just this particular scene that we all get complacent. So this is me pulling off from judging them too much, right? That every marriage, every relationship, every individuals in these things will sometimes fall off their A game.
Yeah, but there can be great consequences for
No, hopefully.
for that.
The reason why I'm saying that's a good point. There could be great consequences for that. But if your spouse already knows as a fact of life that people do fall off sometimes, they also give you a certain level of grace that they wouldn't normally give you without that knowledge.
Yeah, but the Kimmi I saw over there seemed like she's frustrated. Like, dude,
Right.
you just gonna leave me over here?
Right.
She said that.
Right.
Like, you gonna leave me over here? And then she went to the confessional
But
and
do
really
you notice
expressed
that? Do you
herself.
notice that you're still stuck on just that scene?
I am, because I know where they are coming from.
Uh-huh.
I know how the ex-wife and Kimmi's relationship is. I mean, was in the past. Now it seems like they're
getting better.
They are getting better from the dinner. We saw that they kind of had a good conversation, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I still feel it should have been there, but
I think so too. I think that for me, the one thing I can take away from that is that because most of us will be complacent, sometimes be aware and mitigate against that. You as a corporate, try to catch your moment when you're being complacent and do your best to.
so she said, "Oh, so
fill
you're
that
gonna
gap.
leave me?" I was like, "Well, if they get here in a short time, a minute, like."
He's not seen. He's not.
Really?
You know when a woman says, "I don't feel seen. I don't feel like you see me. I don't feel heard. I don't like when a woman starts to say, I don't feel." Then eventually become, I don't feel connection. Right?
I feel disconnected.
I don't feel connection. I feel disconnected. It starts with I don't feel seen. That's where it starts from. Anytime you start, I don't feel heard. I don't feel seen. Every man should take note of that and be aware of that and do just a little bit of gesture, extra stuff, and say, babe, you're right. I'm staying here right now. Just that moment and say, I'm staying right. Let me make you
or
feel
make
pause.
an
That
effort
can-
to explain more, like this. this meeting is like really, really very important
yeah.
to me.
But he did say that.
Can you hold it down for me?
But that's what he said.
He
It
didn't
just
say
wasn't
it
good.
that way. It was not good enough. I'm sorry.
It's not good.
Sorry, Maurice. You don't
I
get away with that.
I think it's important for all the Maurices out there to be aware of little things like this is what turns to divorce.
It's like Two-Face leaving Annie with Pero. I go like, what the hell do you want to happen?
Yeah,
Dude, pay attention.
I think slacking off is not a crime. I think
But it can cost you a lot.
The consequences of it can be quite great if you don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I would pay attention to if I were him. Not because they're going to divorce now today. What I'm saying is that little things like this, just be aware of it. You mitigate against
little deposits of it.
Yes,
It turns into resentment.
Like I agree, it's little. I agree.
Yeah.
Right? But all these little things adds up.
And some people, it's the little things that really get them pissed
Right.
off. It's not even the
Right.
So it's different from people to people.
It's the little
Know
things
your
consistently over time.
spouse. Right.
It's the little things consistently over time. It feels little to you because you're like, what's that big
No,
deal?
it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal to the other person.
It's a big deal to the
So
other
you have
person.
to pay attention.
Yep.